looks like we might have another Carly Russell on our hands.
I'm only 9 years old, but I'm the youngest flex of the century. Me and my boy Jake Paul out here flexing on these broke-ass haters. Tell 'em what's up, Jake. Bitch, I just got a Lambo. I'm the youngest flex of the century, and I'm only 9 years old. What are y'all doing with your lives? Y'all only hating on me because y'all broke and jealous.
What's up, it's Cinema Shogun here, and in case you haven't heard the news by now, and this will not come as a surprise to a lot of you all, but Lil Tay is not dead. Just like I was saying last night, the details about this story was not adding up. You know, you try to be respectful when covering stories because you never really know, but you get the feeling sometimes when things are off. And, you know, when it comes to this story, a lot of people were feeling like something was wrong. It's not like I was the only one. Down the Rabbit Hole News was calling stuff out, as well as just various other people online, because there was never any official confirmation about this little girl's death. Law enforcement from various areas, from Canada to LA, all of the areas where Lil Tay used to reside, they claimed that they were not investigating her death, even though on Instagram, when they released the information about Lil Tay dying, they claimed it was an open investigation. So a lot of things didn't add up. It seemed fake to me pretty early on, and I'm not someone who's extremely familiar with Lil Tay. I've seen her videos in the past. Definitely not something I follow up with. She's the type of person who I'll see on Twitter and I'll just scroll right past. But, you know, you don't really get a chance to scroll past some of this stuff before you're blasted in the face with ignorance, which is what Lil Tay does. She blasts people in the face with 9-year-old ignorance. It's a really weird situation, but the little girl is alive. Her brother also alive, and they're claiming that Lil Tay's Instagram got hacked. And I'm going to be straight up with you all. I'm not buying it. But let's go ahead and dive in and find out a little bit more information. And as we're doing that, make sure all of you all hit that thumbs up button. It is free. It helps this channel out a lot. We are trying to get to 100K. So if you haven't subbed already, consider subbing to the channel. And whatever you do, make sure you hit that like button. Let's go ahead and see what's going on here. Social media personality Lil Tay is very much still alive, claiming her Instagram account was compromised and used to spread jarring misinformation about her and her brother's death. In a statement provided to TMZ from Lil Tay's family, she tells TMZ, "I want to make it clear that my brother and I are safe and alive, but I'm completely heartbroken and struggling to even find the right words to say. It's been a very traumatizing 24 hours. All day yesterday, I was bombarded with endless heartbreaking and tearful phone calls from loved ones, all while trying to sort out this mess. My Instagram account was compromised by a third party and used to spread jarring misinformation and rumors regarding me, to the point that even my name was wrong. My legal name is Tay Tien, not Claire Hope." So, what is this little girl heartbroken about? What is she heartbroken about? You're heartbroken. I mean, I just feel like that's a weird choice of words, considering the fact that someone just faked your death and hacked into your Instagram. So you're heartbroken by it? it just seems insincere. You know, like people like to throw out these powerful words even when they don't make sense. But here's where I'm struggling with things. If your Instagram account was hacked and this fake hoax about this fake rumor about you dying was getting spread, it takes all of 2 minutes to clear things up. Lil Tay, Lil Tay's brother, Lil Tay's mother, Lil Tay's father, anyone around Lil Tay could literally come out and be like, hey, Lil Tay isn't dead. But no one did that. They waited a whole 24 hours. Why? And it's not like Lil Tay was just out there living her Lil Tay life, not knowing that the internet was abuzz with talks about her dying. It was like the #1 trending topic on Twitter yesterday and on various other social media platforms. People all over YouTube were talking about it. And she even confirms in her statement that all day yesterday she was getting phone calls, tearful phone calls from friends and family who thought she died, yet nowhere in your mind, as you are receiving these phone calls, did you think, hey, let me go ahead and clear this up? There's a reason why this was not cleared up from the get-go. And you're not going to convince me otherwise. And listen, I know how the internet is. There's a lot of people on the internet who are some of the slimiest, scummy people, but they like to clutch their pearls and act offended. Like last night, when I suggested that Lil Tay might not be dead, some people got upset. And here we are now, and obviously she's not dead. So now that I'm going to go ahead and put it out there, I don't believe that her Instagram was hacked. I believe that this is some type of publicity stunt. I believe this was a desperate attempt to get more clout. I'll go ahead and put that out there. But now that I'm saying that, people are going to get offended by that as well. How could you say that? How could you say she faked her death? 6 hours later, it turns out she faked her death. How could you say that her Instagram wasn't hacked? 6 hours later, we find out her Instagram isn't hacked. Listen, I'm tired. I am sick and tired of playing this nonsense. We've seen it so much lately. You know, I'm just going to start calling stuff out. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm okay with that. But, you know, I really hate dumbing myself down with these type of topics, just like the Carly Russell situation. In fact, Lil Tay should change her name from Lil Tay to Little Carly, Little Russell, Little Carly Russell. You know what I mean? Because this is the same stuff. And I saw someone online, they were like, keep the same energy for Lil Tay that you had for Carly Russell. And you know what? I agree with that. I fully agree with that. Because I've started to look into things when it comes to this story. And I believe that I'm finding some trails that lead to the bigger picture. I think that I'm going to be able to figure out what's really going on here. Because I do not believe for 1 second that her Instagram account was hacked. I've already gathered a good bit of information, and I'm going to be revealing that information in my next video. So if you haven't already, go hit that little bell. It's the notification bell. Put on notifications for all uploads, all notifications. And hopefully, if YouTube does its job correctly, which it usually doesn't, you'll be notified soon when I drop that next video going over all of the reasons why I believe this is a hoax. I mean, we know that she's not dead, but I believe that this is more than just her Instagram getting hacked for sure. So hit that notification bell, and in my next video, I'm going to go over all of those details. Anyways, though, like I was saying, I mean, there was ample opportunity here for someone to step up and shut down these rumors. And it appears to me like they didn't want to do that. They wanted this to drag out. In fact, I bet you that this would have dragged out even longer if it wasn't for the internet calling it out. If it wasn't for various news outlets asking questions, if it wasn't for YouTubers like myself and Down the Rabbit Hole News and others asking questions, I guarantee you they would have dragged this little stunt out even longer. But keep in mind that, news outlets were even able to get in contact with Lil Tay's father. And he very easily could have said, hey, Lil Tay's not dead. He could have easily said, my daughter's not dead. But instead, he chose not to answer questions, and he was acting weird about it. Now, is he in on this hoax, or was he still trying to figure out what was really going on? That's to be determined. But for now, I think everyone should be extremely cautious when approaching information about this little girl, because we now know that, it's easy for lies to be spread, okay? This story highlights that perfectly. But I know there's a lot of claims out there about Lil Tay possibly being taken advantage of by her family, abused by her father, and all of that different stuff. And I'm not here to tell you that that isn't true. But I think that you should approach that information very cautiously. Because from the way I remember things going down, and maybe I'm wrong, okay? So even approach what I'm saying right now cautiously. The way that I remember things going down was that Lil Tay's brother was the one influencing her to act crazy and act ratchet and ghetto and all of that stuff in her videos. It was from my understanding that her father wanted her to stop making these videos. And her mother lost her job because of Lil Tay's videos. So when all of these allegations came out from Lil Tay about her father, I believe those allegations came out once her father tried to stop her and her brother from making any more of that ratchet content that they were making. I could be wrong, but that's how I remember things going down. That's the timeline I remember. Keep in mind, this stuff was playing out a few years ago. So I know a lot of people are blaming the parents for taking advantage of Lil Tay and making her do these social media videos. But you can't have your cake and eat it too here, people. You got to pick a side or pick a story that you're going to run with and run with it. Because it doesn't make sense to me. All right, let me put it like this. If Lil Tay's family really wanted to take advantage of her and wanted her to keep pumping out these videos, then why haven't they allowed her to pump out any of these videos over the last couple of years? They stepped in and stopped her from making these videos. Everyone's blaming the parents, but from my understanding, they stepped in and tried to stop her. I could be wrong, but that's how things played out. And then after her father took her phone away and made her no longer get on Instagram and stuff like that, she started coming out with these accusations against her father. So I know everyone's blaming the parents for this, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't blame the parents, but it's very obvious that we're getting a very convoluted story here. We're not getting the full picture because nothing makes sense. If this family really wanted to exploit this little girl, why would they take her off of social media? And why did these allegations come out once she was taken off of social media? So in all, I thought that her brother was the one influencing her to do this. So I don't know if her dad's a bad dude for real, or if he was just a father trying to get control over this wild situation that his daughter got herself into, along with her brother posting this type of content online. But when looking at the content that was posted, you can't watch that and honestly believe that these are really credible, trustworthy people, okay? These people are capable of anything. They've showed that through the content they've made, and I wouldn't believe anything these people say. But Like I said, in the next video, I'll be going over a lot of details because there's more to this story. And like I said, this is not an Instagram hacking. I can bet you that. Let me know your thoughts, though, down in the comments. As you're down there, hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I will talk to you all soon in the next video.